Okay, dead bugs. No space in between the back and the ground. Tuck those hips. You're going to breathe all that air in. So inhale, big inhale. And when you exhale all of that air out, at the same time, you are going to extend one leg and then the opposite arm. And then neutral position here. Breathe all the way in. Exhale all of that air out and extend. So the distance between our pelvis and our ribs are shortened here the whole time during this whole exercise. So you're pushing that belly button and that spine downward into the ground. It doesn't lift from the ground at all. And then for the next one here, this is an alternative for more difficulty. We're going to go ahead and add in weight. Okay, see that hip check there I just did? Here I have a 20-pound kettlebell. If you don't have weights at home, no problem. Grab a milk jug, grab maybe a backpack and fill it up with books or whatever is available for you at home if you are at home doing this. Same thing, inhale and then a big exhale, keeping those hips tucked, keeping the distance between your ribs and your pelvis short, pushing that spine back into the ground. The farther back you have the weight, the harder it is. So I did it far back, and then here I kind of raised the weight a little bit just to show you. And then for the next exercise here, we have the bear. Here I'm showing you that your shoulder needs to be in alignment with your hand. I don't want it wide, and it shouldn't be far out, just right underneath you. Again, pelvis and ribs, the distance between is short, tucking those hips. You're going to be on your toes here. You're going to take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to tuck those hips even more. So my knees are almost touching the ground here. You're going to keep them that way. They're not going to touch the ground at all. So when you exhale, you're going to pull those knees down to the point where you are centimeters off the ground. I'm struggling here a little bit. This exercise is a lot harder than you think. If you really focus on your breaths and tucking your hips, you should definitely feel it. So 5 to 8 breaths, deep breaths here. This is a great exercise to make sure that your hips are in good position, and it should help train you to keep those hips tucked even outside of exercising. Okay, so the side plank here, 5 to 8 breaths. Again, I'm showing you where your arm should be in alignment here. Feet stacked on top of each other so that your hips are stacked on top of each other. We're going to hike our hip up. We're going to tuck those hips right there. Not hyperextended, but tucked. Looks good. Take a deep breath in. Hike that hip. All of the air out. And it looks like here I didn't fix it, so the next time I do this I'll fix this, but my alignment with my arm is not straight, so I'll fix that for the next time. But deep breaths here. Tuck even harder, tuck those hips even harder when you breathe all the way out. And then if this one is too difficult for you, moms, you've done this already. We're going to do a side plank with a pillow squeeze. This is an alternative. This will be a little bit easier version for you, but same concept here. If you don't have, if you're at the gym, use like a squishy ball if there is one. If not, if you're at home, use a pillow, use whatever is available. If you have kids, you should probably have a squishy ball somewhere. So here, take a deep breath in. Blow all of the air out. When you hike that hip, you're going to squeeze your knees. So squeeze that pillow or squeeze that ball. Tuck those hips. Reset. Breathe in. Breathe all the way out. Hike that hip. Squeeze the pillow. So all 3 of these exercises should help us with good pelvic position.